Bad news, everyone. If you access Android apps from the Microsoft Store on your Windows 11 system, that is going away. Actually, it's already gone. Microsoft to end its Android apps on Windows 11 subsystem in 2025. You won't be able to download new Android apps from the Amazon App Store in Windows 11 in March 2025. Microsoft is ending support for its Android subsystem in Windows 11 next year. The software giant first announced it was bringing Android apps to Windows 11 with Amazon's App Store nearly 3 years ago. So it's 3 years old. But the Windows subsystem for Android will now be deprecating starting March 5th, 2025. Yes. Actually, it's not over yet. I thought it was 2024. So March 5th, 2025. So as a result, the Amazon App Store on Windows and all applications and games dependent on the WSA will no longer be supported beginning on March 5th, 2025. So now here's a nugget here. If you currently use Android apps right now on the Amazon App Store, then you'll continue to have access to these past the cutoff date. I don't like how that's worded. My brain didn't like it. But you won't be able to download any new ones once Microsoft makes its Android subsystem end of life next year. So you'll be able to use them, but you won't be able to download any new ones. So I guess that's kind of good. On March 6th, which is tomorrow, Windows 11 users will no longer be able to search. This is the part I was talking about. You couldn't do anymore. You won't be able to search for the Amazon App Store, or associated Android apps from the Microsoft Store. So that's right now. That's today. I'm recording this like early morning, March 6th. So later today, you won't be able to even search for that. They're going to cut it off. So that they're slowly moving away from that. Android apps on Windows 11 originally seemed like Microsoft's answer to Apple's progress with its M1 chips running iOS apps on macOS. This was definitely the case. But as a result of them not having direct access to the Google Play Store, the next best thing they could do was go to Amazon, which had a subset of Android apps. But it's probably a subpar experience because I don't think it's taken off, and I think Microsoft's just going to X-nay it and say, hey, let's just scrap this whole thing because it's not doing what we wanted it to do. It was a good effort, though, because they definitely wanted to compete with Apple, because Apple has a great system where you can run Android apps on the macOS. You can run iOS apps. That's a bad slip. You can run iOS apps on macOS with ease because of the architecture similarity and the ecosystem. But Microsoft wanted to do the same thing with Android on Windows, but you can't really do it as well as you'd like because it's the Amazon App Store and not the Google Play Store, which is the vast majority of where apps are. But it is Android, so you can download APKs from just about anywhere. So, you're limited to the Amazon App Store, and people probably have done some workarounds to where you can get an APK and somehow trick it. I don't know if they can do that. But check the story out over on TheVerge.com. They got the details. Microsoft's ending support for its Android apps on the Windows 11 subsystem this time next year. So exactly a year from now, March 5th, 2025, you won't be able to download any new apps. There won't be any support. But if you do have existing apps, they still should work. So check the story out over on TheVerge.com. They got the details over there.